Hey, beloved, welcome to another chapter of the book of Sean. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm coming to you live from the Little Fox Theater on the Fox Studio lot. I'm excited about this. I'm glad you tuned in. We have an amazing show for you tonight. Let me ask you a question. When much of your life has been about success and accomplishment, and you've done absolutely everything you wanted to do, you've traveled, you've built a business, you have all of the resources you can imagine, but there's still that one part of who you are that remains painfully unfulfilled. It's that one little part of your existence that you can't seem to match the rest of you. All of us know what that's like. I know what it's like. You know what it's like. And my guest has traveled that journey. But she's come here tonight because love is the thing that won't act right. It's the thing that she can't get to behave. I'm going to help her with that. We may not be able to fix everything, but what we will do is give her a different way to look at it and inspire her to keep on going. Welcome to the show tonight, my guest, Shonda Scott. Hey, Shonda.
Hello, Dr. Sean.
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
First, you look great. You know that, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, you look amazing, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
I told you when we were in the conference room that if I had a daughter, I would want you to be her mentor.
Thank you.
That's how impressed I am with you. And so it has to be odd or awkward, right, to have to go through all of this success and still not be able to get love right. Before we get to that, I've been waiting to ask you this question for 5 hours. Because
Okay.
I've heard you tried everything. I've heard you tried online dating, analog dating, and even a matchmaker. Yeah?
That's true.
I got to hear about the matchmaker.
Yeah, the matchmaker. That's a funny story. So I guess we're just jumping right in. So the matchmaker was my compromise between the online and just naturally meeting someone. So I found a matchmaker. The person they matched me with was half my age, and that didn't work. And then another person they matched me with was into AI, artificial intelligence, which is fine, except they were more into that than they were in God. And God, being a God-loving person,
That's
was
a
one of
big
my
deal to you.
first choices, right?
Yeah.
So the matchmaking wasn't working. So I'm in business, and they're in business to do what the client needs to have done, and it wasn't working. So I said, that wasn't going to work.
And
Because I'm looking for a purpose mate,
Yeah.
a purpose partner. So
Yeah.
not just someone to go on a date with. I'm looking for a purpose partner, and that's a special scenario.
And then you decided to come to me after the matchmaker. No, it's fine, because I'm going to do better than the matchmaker. Okay,
Right.
we're going to figure this
right.
out. So I have to ask you this question, and it is essential for what we're going to do together.
Okay.
Why do you think you can't find the love you want? Oh, don't answer right away.
Oh, okay.
Don't let your head answer.
Okay.
Let your heart do some work. Why do you think you can't find the kind of person you want?
So I think that I haven't found that person because in most of the other areas of my life have been more of where I focused on and more, it really realistically important to me. I mean, growing up, marriage wasn't the be end and all for me at that time, but it was something that I was conditioned to think I was supposed to do. So I've been engaged, I've been in long-term relationships, but the purpose in those relationships, I realized I want a purpose partner. And that's different than just finding somebody to get married, because I could do that. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a purpose partner. So that's why I'm here with Dr. Sean, because I want some expertise in how to identify that.
But when you say purpose partner, you're solely talking about religion, faith? What does that mean?
I mean, a purpose partner is someone that I'm aligned with, accomplished-wise, career, life-wise, and then we want to pursue our purpose and have an impact on the world. So we're not looking for someone.
Can I push you a little bit?
Yeah,
And
sure.
when I do it in love.
Okay,
and I
I'm
do,
fine.
And I do it, because I hear something and I want to make sure that we capture it. Because you started out with your answer talking about how most of your life you weren't open to it, right? And then the second half of your answer was about how the other person doesn't have purpose or not enough purpose or not purpose driven. And my question is, which one is it more?
Now, I didn't mean to imply the person wasn't person driven. I'm saying purpose for me, meaning we're on the same path.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
So I'm being focused, wasn't as focused on marriage and relation because it ideally in my heart wasn't that important to me at the time. You know, I raising a son, it was important to me to raise an accomplished human being, so a lot of my focus is there. It was important to me to have a successful business, to take care of my family and have generational legacy. So those things are more important. So I'm now feeling like marriage and this relationship and this purpose partner is important to me.
But I want you to hear what it is you're saying, all right?
Okay.
Because it's going to be central for us understanding how you find yourself being able to have success in most areas of your life, but not this one. So just listen to what I'm hearing, that for most of your life, it's not been a priority. You've been closed off to it. Other things have been the main. That's not a value assessment at all, right? That's a choice that you get to make. And I'm sure it was an honorable decision. In this season of your life, you want to switch into it being a priority.
Correct.
But for most of your life, it has not been.
Absolutely.
Right. And so my point to you is that switch ain't easy. And it's not simple.
Right. And that's why I'm here.
Right.
Right.
Right. But what I also want you to understand is that it may not be them.
Oh, absolutely.
Say more about it. I saw your eyes say more about that.
No, I've spent a lot of time working on me, so I know it's not a them thing. It's like looking at yourself, and I spend a lot of time looking at myself. And part of the journey has been that there's points in my life where I'm happy with where I am and what I'm doing with myself. But now I want to have a partner to reflect me and me for reflect them, and then have that accomplishment too, and have that as part of my next phase of my life now that I can focus more on me and not just family and not just raising an incredible human being.
We're going to come back to that. But tell me what typically happens when you meet somebody. You meet someone, however you meet them, what happens?
Typically happens, I meet someone, we connect, we exchange information and go out, and then we start communicating. And I traveled a lot, so I travel a lot. So then if the person that I'm seeing travels a lot, then our schedules conflict and the time gets wider, and we may connect and make time to connect, and then both of us get busy in our lives. So that's been my pattern now. So I'm like on this whole new 12 new things journey, so I'm here to apply that to my dating life because I want to see something new and different in that part of my life, in the love side.
Shonda.
What?
Can I say something you're not going to like?
We want to come back again for another
No. Because I'm not hearing that you've changed the pattern. I'm not hearing that you have made this a priority in the way that someone as accomplished as you can make something the priority. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I mean by that. So when you meet someone, right, and you decide on whatever level that you want to be with them, and that this is the thing that you want to do, it really isn't just about me traveling or schedules, right? The only way to have love and to have it be effective is to say, I'm going to give this as much as I gave my business and the successful parts of my life. And what I hear you doing is wanting it without wanting it.
Just trying to fit it in.
And so when I say that, what comes up for you?
Well, what did come up when you were saying it is that I think that's part of where I am with marriage and relationship is that I know how much sacrifice it takes because both my grandparents had till death do you part marriages. I was raised in a two-parent household. So in order to see happiness in families, I know the sacrifices that had to be made in those relationships. So that's why I think I got to a point where at this point, those sacrifices I could be willing to make for a relationship. They'll be different than what it would be if we were raising children, but I'll be more open to that in a different feeling about it. Because when you're developing yourself, you may be at the point where you think, I'm not making a sacrifice because I need to do this to get me to a certain place.
Yeah, I got to take a break, but when we come back, I'm going to ask you this question. Okay. Do you really want this? Is it something you really want or something you feel like you're supposed to want?
Okay.
Okay? Listen, everybody. I'm just saying. See, that question is important, not just for Shonda. It's important for all of us Because unless you know what you want, you're never going to get what you need. You follow me? When we come back, we're going to answer that. And we got some more with this journey. There's a couple of stories I want you to hear. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking to Shonda Scott. We're talking about love and the clapping that you hear every now and then. We actually have a studio audience in here, people. I'm just saying, you know, we got people in here. Haven't had one of those for a while. So I promised to ask this question. Is this something you really want? Is this something you really desire for yourself?
I would say yes. That is something I really want now. I can honestly say if I were raised in a different time, I would have been okay not really wanting it before.
Okay, that sounds like no to me.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Or it sounds like a maybe. It doesn't sound like a full-throated yes. Because what I heard you say is, if I was raised at a different time, right?
Right.
I would what? Finish the thought.
I'm saying the younger me. I'm saying the younger me, if I was raised in a different time, at that time, I could say that I wasn't comfortable, but I would have been more comfortable saying that I didn't really want, it didn't really matter. Not to say I didn't want it, it just didn't matter as much to me as other things in my life. But now I feel I would really want it because I'm at a point now where I want it the right way and I have more of an understanding of what I want, where I know in the past that wasn't necessarily the case. And I didn't spend that much time on it. And meeting people is not difficult, but meeting the whole purpose partner and the right partner, that's unique. I mean, my family, my parents' relationships, although it's common to me, it's not common. I can count on my hand how many people have the relationship that I'd like to see in my life. So I know it's not an easy thing to do. And if you're not really focused on it, it's probably not that easy, meaning focus as a priority.
I think the thing that I'm pushing a little bit is the transition from head to heart.
Okay.
Because I'm experiencing you as a thoughtful person. You are clearly smart, and you clearly can think your way through. But love and romance and marriage, it's a proposition of the heart. It's a work of the soul, right? And I'm wondering, how much are you willing to come out of your head and over your wall, down into your heart, in a way that allows someone else to connect with you at that level? Have you ever had that?
I have had that, but it depends on what. I haven't had it to what my ideal place to have it, though. You know, in my adult life, you know, I've had love, but not what I want, because I want the head and heart love.
And you're willing to be vulnerable?
Now I am.
Really?
I say that right.
Yeah, like really.
But
No, we're going to stay right here.
Right.
We're going to call a thing, and we're going to put our foot on it.
Okay.
Is it the case that you're willing to be vulnerable?
Now, what does vulnerability look like, though? I mean, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
and my line of work, that answer to me is no. When you answer a question with a question, that's no.
well, then
No,
is
it's
a
okay.
lot
Come
for
on, give me
me.
your hand.
Right.
It's okay.
Thank
It's
you.
okay for you to discover what it is you're not interested in and not willing to do. That's why you're here. You follow me? Because the only way for you to get what it is you really want is to make a decision. And let me tell you something from my heart to yours. This is from me, from Sean to Shonda. Okay? This is from me to you. Here's what I know for sure. Love does not shine in the light, but it will glow in the dark every time. And people don't come into your life for your victories. Real love comes into your life for your defeats, for your scars, for your sufferings. And if you're never vulnerable to let anybody see those scars and hear your heart and listen to your suffering, then unbeknownst to you, you are blocking love. Because love is not here for this, you look beautiful, you're dressed. That's not what love comes for. Love comes for when you're not like this and you don't have it together. You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
So when you say you want love, are you willing to let people see that?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. When you meet somebody, what do you lead with?
You mean the
Yeah,
conversation
what,
or
what do you lead with?
I don't know, probably how are you doing or something. I don't know. Thank you. Something positive probably. I don't know. I don't lead with
No, it's not a
any
problem. Listen, I'm willing to work. So
right.
let me ask you this. Would you meet someone and you want to tell them something important about you? What do you lead with?
I probably lead with that I'm a mom, and I probably lead with my business or something about me in that regard. And probably more so because that's what people normally tune into. You know, if you start getting too deep too early, then, I mean, it's not always received the same way. So maybe I'm
Okay, yeah.
blocking it in that
So
regard.
you said you didn't
Yeah, I've
make.
already
No,
figured it
no,
out.
no. My soul just left up in my chest. You said exactly what I wanted you to say.
Oh,
You
okay.
did. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you lead with your success and you lead with your business, then you are attracting people who are attracted to that. You are drawing people who want you to be all together and all, you know, that's what they want. And if you're not, then they're out the door. But how about leading with something else? How about making your success in your business the last thing that they get to know about you? You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you lead with what you hope for, what you are trying, what you've been longing for. You lead with the story of your life, your journey. You follow me? And those who are attracted to that will be attracted to you. What would you say if I told you that people may be impressed with you, but they're not being empowered by you to be connected to you?
Oh, interesting. Now that's a word right there, Dr. Sean. I was about to call you Pastor Sean with that one.
So, no, when I say that, what comes up?
No.
What comes up?
Because there is the connection part, you know, and I think about that. Like you can be surrounded with a lot of people, but you can know that you don't have a connection with all of them, and that is what, you know, at least I yearn for, that kind of connection with someone, and not and I that's why you giving me a tip on what would I lead with that is not related to what I do in the world, or you know, or my family or anything. What, you know, you're giving me some good tips because it's going to consciously make me think about that when I meet someone. Like it's going to make me. That's a tool for me to use. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And yes, I affirm everything that you just said. And I'm glad you said it. But it's not just a tool. It's a way of being in the world. It's a way when you wake up in the morning, you realize you have nothing to prove to anybody. You have nothing to prove to people. You've already proven it. You've already done it. Do you hear me?
Yes.
You're a black woman. You're successful. I see your face. Let it out.
Thank you.
No,
Right.
yeah, let it out. I see your face because you are the kind of person. It seems to me I had an aunt just like you. That's why I liked you immediately.
Oh.
But you have nothing you need to prove. Nothing at all. The only thing you need to do is to become comfortable with who you are without all that, and allowing people to get to know you. I know I got to take a break. Y'all relax.
Right.
The point is this. I need you from this day forward to make a commitment that what you show people and what you give people will be your heart, what you hope for, and allow people to see your scars, because the right person who sees that scar will feel that he is called to minister and heal it. And you're missing out on something beautiful because you won't show your scars.
Thank you. Thank you for that, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, listen, thank you for
Thank-
coming. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
All right?
I hope that was your favorite auntie, too.
It was. Thank you, Shonda. Listen, everybody, I got to take this break. When we come back, I'm going to do a aha moment and some Ask Dr. Sean. And everything that I gave her is also for you. We'll talk about it more on the other side. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, that was interesting, right? I'm believing in her, and I want her to win. I got a few aha moments from that conversation. Let's talk about it. TJ, play the bumper, man. I'm usually talking to Hailey, but he's not here. I'm talking to TJ. So listen, I hope you notice from that sometimes we say we want something, but what we say we want is not actually what we're willing to work for. So you can have what you want. And what you want is probably already trying to work its way to you. But the reality is we block it. And we block it and we don't even realize that we are. Because unless you are aligned and committed and fully ready and open and ready to receive, then what you want can't get in. What would you do if I told you, or what would you say rather if I told you that the thing you desire the most is right outside the door that you won't open? And what I got from that conversation is, Dr. Sean, you, me, open the door. Don't just ask for it, open the door and let it in. And let the good love and the good life that you deserve happen. Okay? All right, let's do some Ask Dr. Sean. Play that bumper too, TJ. You guys always send me amazing videos. Take a look at this one right now.
Hi, Dr. Sean. My name is Kia and I'm from New York. 2 months ago, I started dating a guy and it's going very well. However, he just disclosed to me that he has 4 kids with 3 different women. Am I shallow for wanting to end things, or do you think that this could work?
You see my face? What do you think my face is saying? He has 4 kids with 3 different women, and he's shown the inability to be committed and the wherewithal to find anything about those children that would make him want to settle down, as it were. And you would be naive to think that all of a sudden, because you're so beautiful and wonderful, he's going to change his pattern with and for you. That's not going to happen, okay? You're not being shallow, you're being smart. Your intuition is talking to you. And if you don't walk out, at least slow down so that you don't make yourself another baby mama, as it were. You feel what I'm saying? You listen to your heart, it's talking, and it's saying good stuff. Listen, everybody, tonight's show was amazing. And it was amazing because we all got to see how it is we can say that we are committed to something and still not be committed to it at all. The power of life and love lies in our ability to be open to it. So as you go forward, make sure that you are allowing the love you seek and the love you deserve to make its way to you, because you deserve it. Huh? Don't block your own blessing. Don't block your blessings. For a little French Montana for you tonight, all right? Beloved, have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy yourselves. We got more great programming. Stick around and make sure you see it, all right? Be good to each other. I love you.